What is good, Ninja? OJ over here from Player Essence, and welcome to another PE Nintendo Switch and gaming news video. Today, we've got some great information like always. Already a busy Tuesday, so let's go ahead and get right into it. So Final Fantasy XII, the Zodiac Age version 1.04 update launches on November 22nd, and it adds in the Sky Pirates Den. So the free Irut Village PlayStation 4 theme is also due out. Sorry if I mispronounced the village name wrong. All you Final Fantasy XII fans, have mercy on me. So Square Enix will release the version 1.04 update for Final Fantasy XII, the Zodiac Age on November 22nd, which brings back the much-loved Sky Pirates Den feature, originally cut from the high-definition remaster. Now, Sky Pirates Den is really interesting because it's like a title system featured in the original version of Final Fantasy XII, and by playing the game and fulfilling certain conditions unknown to the player at the time that you're trying to unlock them until they are actually fulfilled, sprites of various characters, monsters, and other objects from the game will move into the den, which can be accessed through the menu. For each sprite that appears in the den, the player is given a title and the condition for the sprite is revealed. On the same day as the version 1.04 patch launches, Square Enix will release a free Irut Village PlayStation 4 theme via the PlayStation Store in Japan. You guys can check out all of the information as far as the theme goes and everything, link in the description below. But this is awesome stuff, and it seems like this is one of those like, okay, we're kind of wrapping up production here, because this thing that was cut, I don't think it was necessarily like a super main feature or something that people are like, oh my gosh, we have to have this in. But it's cool for them to say, okay, this is something that wasn't significant originally when we launched the remaster or in the original game, but we're bringing it back for the hardcore fans of the game. Now, it's going to be interesting to see what they do from that. Something tells me that there's more to this than just meets the eye, so maybe they're adding in some other things that we don't know about, but it almost reminds me of like the Chow Gardens or something like that, with obviously less involvement, because all you're getting is titles in this one here. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to play with the monsters and all the other stuff here, but it's still cool for them to continue to add support, continue to add things to Final Fantasy XII, the Zodiac Age. They recently surpassed 1 million units sold and shipped on the PlayStation 4, and I do feel that this is a great game that a lot of people are really liking on there, and it's a nice throwback, especially because Final Fantasy XII had a lot of controversy surrounding it, and it was one of those late PS2 titles as well. So I think there was just a lot of issues with the game overall in development, but also the aftermath and just like what fans were thinking, the main characters. But overall, looking back at the game, it seems like a lot of fans do really look back and say, you know what, this is great. You know, Final Fantasy XII is a great game, almost like the Majora's Mask of the Final Fantasy franchise. So what do you think about Final Fantasy XII, this brand new update coming to the game? Will you be picking it up? Let me know in the comment section below. Alright, and moving into the next article here, Dragon Ball FighterZ details, Gotenks, Gohan, Adult Form, Kid Buu, and the arcade mode. Latest 3 fighters introduced. Plus, we also have an introduction trailer for Gotenks as well. Bandai Namco has revealed new information and screenshots on Dragon Ball FighterZ, introducing new playable fighters, Gotenks, Gohan Adult, and Kid Buu, as well as the arcade mode. And I talked about this before when they first showed it off, but now we actually have the full screenshots and how everything looks, plus that trailer for Gotenks, and yes, it's looking very nice if I do say so myself. So let's start off with Gotenks. Gotenks is the result of Trunks and Goten's successful use of the fusion dance method to create a fused character of greater power and skill. Gotenks is the first fusion dance character to be seen in Dragon Ball. He sports a blue and yellow Metamoran vest, a piece of clothing which all fusion dance characters wear. Gotenks has a short reach but rapid movements, such as the Super Gotenks Kamikaze attack. Gotenks is ready to take on all challengers in Dragon Ball FighterZ. Gohan Adult. Gohan Adult is the first hybrid character to appear in the Dragon Ball series, combining Earthling and Saiyan traits in one character. Gohan doesn't possess the passion that Goku has for fighting, instead choosing to only engage in battle to defend Earth and the lives of his loved ones. Gohan Adult can change the outcome of the fight by unleashing his ultimate ability mid-game to unlock his true power. Then there's also Kid Buu. Kid Buu, unpredictable in his thoughts and unremorseful for his actions, will certainly be a fierce fighter to contend with in Dragon Ball FighterZ. Possessing numerous powerful attacks, Kid Buu can be one of the most dangerous characters to come across during battle or a powerful ally on your team. With his high speed and power, Kid Buu is an expert for tricky attacks. He can stretch his arm, so reach should never be a problem. And I do want to mention something real quick on Kid Buu. Out of all the 3 fighters that they announced here, Kid Buu had by far the best stats. It was on the higher end, 3 3+ for everything, either 3 or 4 for pretty much all the stats. So Kid Buu is definitely going to be a force to be reckoned with, and I'm looking forward to seeing what his deficiencies actually are, because he can't stretch his arms to kind of get some spacing out there. So it's going to be nice to see everything that Kid Buu can do in Dragon Ball FighterZ. Now, they talked about the arcade mode as well, and in arcade mode, players will be able to test their strength. They will progress and fight stronger enemies to increase rank and become the strongest fighter of Dragon Ball FighterZ. In this mode, 3 courses are available, and when the course is completed, hard mode is unlocked. With the Zenny points collected in all the battles, players will also have the opportunity to unlock alternative colors for playable characters and get various items in the in-game shop. Dragon Ball FighterZ will launch for the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC on January 26th in the Americas and Europe, and February 1st in Japan. So this is looking really good. Kid Buu, Adult Gohan, Gotenks, all this, and that trailer was also really nice as well. And like I've said multiple times, and I'll continue to say what I think as far as Dragon Ball FighterZ, I do think that there's going to be a Nintendo Switch version released afterwards, based on what Bandai Namco had to say on the matter at their latest investors briefing. Said that they kind of made a mistake. They should have invested more into Nintendo Switch when it comes to the more current titles, and they do have titles coming for the system in addition to exclusives as well, so multi-platform games. So hopefully we do get this game on the Nintendo Switch as well. But seriously, this game is looking really cool. I'm probably looking to cop a PC version at some point. I'll probably get the game on that. I'm just waiting for like all the DLC and all that stuff to kind of be put in there. I just want to wait and see, because there's a lot of DLC stuff and season pass stuff, so maybe there's going to be like an ultimate version at some point that I'll probably hop in then. I might even get a review code, to be honest, so I'm not really sure, but either way, I'm going to be playing the game. I think it's going to be really fun. Arc System Works, the BlazBlue developers, they know what they're doing there. There's going to be a lot of battles to be had. So what do you guys think about Dragon Ball FighterZ, all the different characters that they detailed here? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Alright, and moving into the last article here, it seems like the developers behind Mushroom Wars 2 stealth announced a Nintendo Switch version, because if you go on their actual official page for the game, mushroomwars2.com, you can clearly see a Nintendo Switch label right next to the PS4 and Xbox One. So let's go ahead and get into what Mushroom Wars 2 is about first. So Mushroom Wars 2 is an award-winning RTS, newest game of the famous series. Building upon the core gameplay experience that made the original Mushroom Wars so enjoyable, the new game will take you and your friends on a journey of mighty hero characters across story-driven campaign of brave mushroom tribes and even wilder competitive multiplayer and co-op. All new heroes serve as leaders to your strategic onslaught, lending you a set of unique abilities to unleash as you see fit. Choose the hero that best fits your playstyle from our 4 different tribes: Shrooms, Proteus aliens, Shimori Amazons, Grim Necromancers. Learning the ropes of the mushroom warfare is easy with simple intuitive controls as well as gamepad support, but the journey to become a fearsome commander requires fast reflexes of the eye for strategy and the ability to oversee up to thousands of units at once. Once you're confident in your skills, pitting your mushroom army against other players is the best way to improve. Mushroom Wars 2 comes tournament ready with a league system and ranked matches that make for fierce competition. Just want to enjoy a skirmish with your friends? Custom games let you try out new strategies with up to 3 friends, free-for-all or team-based matches. Now, key features are multiplayer, wild cooperative, and competitive multiplayer modes for up to 4 players, including 2v2, online ranked matches with the league system, fierce hero characters who can turn the tide of battle with special skills, short session battles with up to thousands of mushrooms troops, local multiplayer for 2 people, replay feature, and spectator mode make it easy to enter the competition scene, single player, story-driven campaign with over 100 missions to complete, hardcore boss fights, a large variety of maps, configurations, and modifiers to keep aspiring commanders on their toes, customized difficulty settings for an even more tailored adventure, make your experience more challenging or easier if you want it to be. So Mushroom Wars 2 is actually looking pretty good. It actually got pretty good scores on the iOS and Google Play Store. This is originally a smartphone game that's being ported over to the PS4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. I just didn't know it was coming to Nintendo Switch, and you can clearly see that there on their official site. And I don't think those versions are out yet. It's still going to be a little bit of time beforehand. I think the game launched back in 2016 or something like that, but it is available for the Android and smart devices and all of that if you want to go pick it up. And yeah, it's looking pretty good. It's an RTS game. Obviously, the Nintendo Switch, more RTS games the better, especially being able to play in portable mode. And if they implement some touchscreen controls, it can easily be the best version of this game, because for an RTS, using a controller, I mean, while it's not horrible, and I've done it before, Command and Conquer, there's other games that I've played using a controller for RTS, having a touchscreen for an RTS is super simple. Just using your finger, drag and drop troops, be able to circle them, move them over. So this is actually really good that it's coming to Nintendo Switch, and it's got me interested, especially because it is coming to the Switch, and it's the type of game that I'd like to play portable mode, just using my finger to drag and drop troops and point them over for an RTS game, almost simulating a mouse in some ways. And maybe you can even have a controller in the left hand and use your right hand as well. I think that would even give you a finer point of control. So what do you guys think about this when it comes to Mushroom Wars 2? Are you excited or interested in this style of game for the Nintendo Switch or for other systems? Let me know in the comment section below. Alright Ninja, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We've got Facebook, we've got Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Really helps us spread the content of FighterZ across the interwebs in addition to YouTube. Also make sure you check out our Patreon and YouTube live gaming page and consider supporting FighterZ. When you sponsor, it gives you access to all sorts of cool emotes, benefits, rewards, perks, and so much more. So check out the link in the description below and consider supporting FighterZ right here on YouTube. Hit that like button if you did like this video. Lets me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to FighterZ for the latest RPG, Japanese, and Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you Ninja for the next video. Peace.